ತ್ರಿಜಗವಂದಿತ ಗಣಪ ಮಾಡುವುದು ಮತಿಗೆ ಮಂಗಳವ. ಮತಿಯ ಪ್ರೇರಿಪಳು ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ದೇವಿಯು ಸತತ ಗಣನಾಥ ಸಿದ್ಧಿಯ ನೀವ ಕಾರ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಮತಿಯ ಪ್ರೇರಿಪಳು ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ದೇವಿಯು. ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಿರತರಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಮತಿಯನ್ನ ಪ್ರೇರೇಪಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ಮತ್ಯಾರಲ್ಲ FKCCI ಅವರು. ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸಹಾಯವನ್ನ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆಯನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತಹ FKCCI ಅವರು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಸಮಿತಿ ತರಕಿಗರ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಭಾರತ ಪ್ರಾದೇಶಿಕ ಮಂಡಳಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಶಾಖೆಯ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಕೈ ಜೋಡಿಸಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇದ್ದು FKCCI ಅವರು ಸಹಿತ ಕೈ ಜೋಡಿಸಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಹೊಸದಾದಂತಹ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್ ಅವರು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಇದೆಲ್ಲದರ ಸಂಯುಕ್ತ ಸ್ವರೂಪವನ್ನ ಪಡೆದುಕೊಂಡಿರುವಂತಹ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ರೋಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ MSME ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಹೇಳುವಂತದ್ದು. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಿದಂತಹ ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಉದ್ಯುಕ್ತರಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಆಗಮಿಸಿರುವಂತಹ ಅತಿಥಿ ಅಭ್ಯಾಗತರು ಗಣ್ಯರು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ನಿಯೋಜಿಸಿರುವಂತಹ ಶ್ರೀ IS ಪ್ರಸಾದ್ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. FKCCI ನ ವೈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ K ರವಿ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಪಂಪಣ್ಣ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗಣ್ಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನ ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಕರೆತರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಮತ್ತು NSIC ಯ ಚೀಫ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ P Ravi ಕುಮಾರ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಕರೆತರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗಣ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಪುಷ್ಪಗುಚ್ಛವನ್ನು ಅರ್ಪಿಸಿ ಅವರನ್ನ ಗೌರವಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಪಂಪಣ್ಣ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಪಂಪಣ್ಣ ಅವರು ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಭಾಷಣವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ.
Dignitaries on the dais, Vice President FKCCI, K Ravi, Ravi Kumar, Chief General Manager, NSIC, expert and experienced speaker for the special program, invitees, my colleagues in the MC, past chairmen, and dear professional friends, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to each one of you. On behalf of Bangalore branch of NSIC, let me extend a very warm welcome to each one of you. At the outset, I thank P Ravi Kumar and team for having come forward to conduct this special program in association with FKCCI, which will be useful to the members of the board professional bodies. On behalf of all of us present here and on behalf of Bangalore branch, I wholeheartedly welcome Sri K Ravi Kumar, K Ravi and IS Prasad, who graced the auspicious occasion. Let me also once again welcome the P Ravi Kumar, renowned speaker of this evening from NICS, to share his expertise from NICS, to share his expertise on MSME among others. As you know that Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises is committed to training the youth to be employable in the prevailing global business scenario. We professionals are having a lot of job avenues, our profession being challenging and rewarding. We can turn these challenges into opportunities, paving the way to individual professional growth and ultimately leading the national economic growth and development. Friends, the main objectives of this program is to know the issues we face with the MSME, how to overcome, tackle the same, how to make it grow. In the present business scenario, entrepreneurs are given due importance, and I am happy to say that we can contribute to Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji initiative Make in India through MSME. Today's presentation, Mr. Ravi Kumar will give us a fair idea about MSME, how to establish and how to grow individually and how to make the others also to grow, ultimately leading to the well-being of our great nation. Let come once again welcome all of you for this special program from NSIC on the role of professional in the MSc sector. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Kalpana. This program is coordinated by I.S. Prasad. I would like to briefly introduce about him. Everybody knows about him. He does not need an introduction, but it's my privilege and I feel proud to introduce about him. I would like to seek his consent to make it very brief because his introduction is running into multiple pages, just like your CA exam paper.
Easy to answer.
Yeah. He has held various positions. He was the President of Karnataka State Chartered Accountants Association. He was the Chairman Golden Jubilee Conference of KSCA. He was the member Board of Studies of ICI New Delhi. He was co-opted member of IT Committee ICI New Delhi and Regional Council member of SIRC of ICI. He was the Chairman of Fiscal Law Committee and Committee for Members in Industry. He was the Treasurer of SIRC of ICI in 2006 and 7. And his special privilege which I need to mention is he has held various positions in FKCCI as the Managing Committee member and also organized various workshops and seminars. He was the Secretary Finance Vasavi Vidya Education Trust, Vidya Niketana Trust, and he was the Governing Council of Co-opted Chairman of VVN IMTR, then the Trustee Acharya Pathashala Trust. He has held various positions in the charitable institutions also. He was the Vice President of Karnataka Arya Vaishya Charitable Trust and many other various prestigious organizations. Very important thing I should mention here is he has been contributing for the institute activities all along. He has been supporting a guiding force for all of us. And recently, as a token of his contribution, he has recently donated 1 lakh rupees for the CA Student Scholarship Fund. One of his many instances, I would like to make his introduction brief. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome him once again. Sir, I request you to give an overview of the program today.
Good evening. The most dynamic chairman of Bangalore Branch, Sri Pampana. The first chartered of the institute going to become the president of FKCCI, my good friend, Senior Vice President K. Ravi. Sri P Ravi Kumar, today's speaker and also General Manager of NSIC. Shivaram Bhatt, the Secretary, and Prabhudev Aradhya and all the past chairmen, my dear friends. At the outset, I would like to thank Sri Ravi Kumar for having called us that we would like to speak or interact with the chartered accountants, the role of professionals in MSME. Before I say just few words about what is this program, that all of you know that MSME sector, small is beautiful. But having said small is beautiful, but small is strong, not strong. In the era of technology, you know this large enterprise being taken absorbed of the small, medium enterprises. The same case is with the chartered accountants also in Big Four entered. We are also facing the same situation. It's not good for the economy if the large enterprises will take the more share and with less number of service providers. It's not good for the economy. In this direction, I think the government of India has thought fit in the year 2006 that let us do something for bringing MSME sector to see that what they need. For information of chartered accountants, we know only we do audit, taxation, everything. The MSME sector contributes 45% in manufacturing and exports. The MSME sector create employment. Almost employment is 45% of industrial employment. And the total exports of India, MSME segment contributes 40%. And all of you should know that there are 130 lakhs small and medium enterprises. 410 lakhs employment. When I say this, we are almost 60,000 or 1 lakh practicing chartered accountants. We think that the opportunity what we be in domain is now only audit of accounts or filing tax returns or due diligence project finance. But MSME also needs what? They don't have any CFOs. They have to outsource the CFO job to chartered accountants. All these days what we do is we used to only do audit what they done. But what they seek from, I think, from the prospect of the speaker is that we need to provide service beyond the regular statutory. It's not a question of post-mortem. They would like to involve the chartered accountants in the making key decisions and also in the process and business valuations and also business advisor. I think there's a big opportunity for us, for all the chartered accountants, like how the startups will look forward right from accounting to the finalization. But MSME segments, they need the vision, they need a focus, they need an annual plan, they need a budget, they also need nurturing, they also know what is the actual business plan. I think Ravi Kumar will want to highlight all these things. It's all about what the opportunities for the chartered accountants, but we professional chartered accountants, please, for future, apart from this domain of filing returns, tax audit, put one more step and help hand to the MSME, thereby they grow in the competitive market. Like how actually the chartered accountants also tomorrow, if Modi says that going to be an abolition of IT, that we have to look for opportunities. I think MSME is going to provide you all that opportunity. More you can listen from Ravi Kumar speaker. And also we are very happy that now our K Ravi is going to be president of FKCCI. And what is more required even for the institute, just teaching or becoming a chartered accountant is not sufficient. That bringing all the industries and expectation of industry look beyond the domain of accounting and everything is need of our. I am sure that the Pampana and the other council members will take forward. And at the end of deliberations, each one of us will go with enrichment of knowledge, and also in the year of 2017, let us think beyond what we can do. With this, I think I wish this deliberations and interaction is very purposeful, meaningful. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, C.S. Prasad, for the nice overview of the program. Friends, I would like to take a minute to introduce C.A. K. Ravi. I call him as the big brother because he is the big brother of K. Ravi, K. Raghu. So all of us are aware about him. So I don't need to introduce much about him. He is one of the well-known personality in Bengaluru, and he is currently the senior vice president of FKCCI. He is a practicing chartered accountant with CA and LLB as the qualification after the graduation. He is the senior partner of K. Ravi and Associates, specialized in the taxation, audit and management advisory services. He has got a hands-on experience in the auto industry specifically. He has occupied various positions in the FKCCI and headed the Banking and Finance Committee and also the International Trade Committee. He is the past president of KSCA and he is an active member of Rotary also. Very dynamic personality. We are happy to have you here, sir. I would like to address the gathering. I would like you to just address the gathering.
Good evening, friends. My dear professional colleagues, Mr. Pampana, the chairman, Mr. Sri Ravi, our speaker today, Mr. Ravi Kumar, Mr. Prasad, Mr. Aradhya, who is the MC member in the KCCI, the chairmen, past chairmen, and my dear professional colleagues. First of all, it's very nice to be in the institute. Of late I have not been coming because of my commitments in the FKCCI. When you come here, you feel at home, you think of CP, you think of the various provisions, you feel like learning more and more. First of all, I would like to thank the dynamic chairman, Mr. Pampana, who has been doing a wonderful job. He and his team have been organizing a number of programs for the benefit of our members. My compliments to him. Though I see a number of programs being organized by the Bangalore branch, sometimes I feel, and I do see the YouTube and see some of your programs broadcasted, it becomes very easy for us to not attend the program and still know what is happening. However, I can promise you, in the coming year, FKCCI will collaborate with ICI Bangalore branch and see that more number of programs can be organized for the benefit of our professionals as well as the trade industry. In fact, one of my good friend, Sri Kumar, who is the General Manager for NSIC, who covers all the southern states, we do keep meeting quite often. He mentioned that we would like to have a seminar with the institute. I said I think it would be very ideal. Most of the times NSIC have regular programs with the FKCCI. In fact, our president is represented on the committee there, the national committee, where he is in charge of two subcommittees, mainly on MDA, Market Development Assistance, as well as the Exhibition Committee. When he mentioned that, I said, yes, there is a very good opportunity for the fellow chartered accountants to know and educate themselves on various programs of NSIC which are beneficial to your clients. We as chartered accountants always do post-mortem. We review the balance sheet, give our audit report. But I sometimes feel our job has to increase in the sense that we should be more of a business advisor to our clients rather than just doing the audit work. In fact, keeping that in view, I thought it is an ideal situation where all the three organizations, NSIC, FKCCI and the Bangalore branch, can come forward and have a common platform. As mentioned by Mr. Prasad, the MSMEs are the engine of economic development that not only create jobs but also reduce poverty by empowering the bottom of the pyramid. Sustained and healthy growth of this particular sector is very important, since it is very difficult to raise the living standards and social peace without such development of these MSMEs. In fact, for the benefit of our members, FKCCI is an apex trade body where we have over 3,000 members across the state of Karnataka, and we also have about 165 associations who are members of our organization with a membership of about 1.5 lakhs. As you know, the Indian government's initiative like Make in India, Digital India and Skill India are all aimed at facilitating the growth of MSMEs. Today, in fact, MSMEs provide employment to 11 crore people and contribute 8% to the gross domestic product. There are a variety of issues which the MSMEs face today in terms of finance, in terms of technology, skill development, policy and compliance. And what is the role of the professionals as far as the growth of these SMEs are concerned? One of the roles could be to liaise with the various financial institutions like NSIC or SIDBI or ITI. Again, the identification of the various potential schemes which are ideal for the client. Then the due diligence and risk assessment of MSMEs is another area where the professionals play an important role, and support services like market analysis, accounting, taxation services, and project preparation and audit. In fact, the FKCCI has been organizing a number of awareness programs on GST along with the Commercial Taxes Department. One of the issues which have come up among the business people is, sir, hitherto we were asking our auditors to help us in the finalization of accounts, but a situation has come today that we have to upload every invoice, and it will be very difficult for us to do. So we have to do it ourselves, or probably we might ask the chartered accountant. We will outsource the activity to the chartered accountant of even uploading the invoice, because they feel that they are not very comfortable. Because any small error could result in non-matching and again not getting credit of the VAT paid or the GST paid. So probably as the GST comes into play, our role will increasingly, particularly for SMEs, they are unable to, as mentioned by Prasad, most of the SMEs are proprietary concerns, are just for 4, 5, 10 workers. They are very small institutions and they do not have the infrastructure to run their institutions. At the chamber, we have constructed a new auditorium out of a grant of about 10 crores given by the government of Karnataka. We have about one auditorium with a capacity of 325, and we have about 6 meeting halls of different capacities. This particular structure is going to be completed by next month, and we will have the Chief Minister, Mr. Siddaramaiah, to inaugurate this particular centenary building. I would look forward that this particular space is utilized properly. In fact, the government of Karnataka has insisted that this particular place should be utilized for training, research, for skilling, for library, and I would request our Bangalore branch to utilize this particular facility. I would be very happy if you can utilize for any sort of you have for your students or for your members, and since it is located in the center of the city next to the State Bank of Mysore, I think it would be a good opportunity for us to collaborate and have more number of programs. In fact, the FKCCI has signed a MOU with the National Skills Development Corporation, and certification courses can be conducted by both FKCCI and ICI in this regard. Since today we have a lot of gap in terms of getting good accountants, so we should be able to churn out good number of accountants who are fit for working from day one.
The Bangalore branch are doing FNFism, Finance for Non-Finance Executives, and refresher course for accountants. We can think of a joint program.
Sure. Since I will be taking over in the month of July, which will surely take up, I would also request you to kindly put forth your suggestions for the state taxes. I think this will be the last one. Because FKCCI is on the Empowered Committee of GST, we are also on the we are in constant touch with the Commercial Taxes Department. I would seek your suggestions, if you have any, on VAT or any other aspect of assessments, where we can put forth these issues through the FKCCI. The amount of cloud, and we have very good rapport with the department, and the Chief Minister, we are in constant touch with them, and they have been appreciative of our suggestions, and a number of suggestions have been considered favorably. So as mentioned, I will be taking over as the president of the FKCCI in the month of January, 1st January. And for your information, I would be the first practicing chartered accountant to become this president in 101 years. In 100 years, not either a trader or industrialist. And I have been there for the last 18 years working there. My father, Mr. Late Kumar, who was the chairman of the Bangalore branch, was a sitting treasurer, which is the vice president today, and he passed away when he was a sitting treasurer. Now that was in 1991, and after about 25 years, I think 26 years, I have an opportunity. And my request to all of you, my professional friends, please do give your good suggestions and let us prove that professionals can do much better job than anybody else, and I am sure in the next 1 year we will be seeing a number of other programs. And with these few words, thank you very much for your patience here.
CA Ravi, it was a nice speech from your side. We have really enjoyed your speech. And you have actually narrated about the need of the professionals in the MSME sector and also the roles and opportunities that the CA can contribute for the growth of the MSME sector. Thank you very much for that, sir. And more importantly, you have offered us to and invited us to take and avail the benefit of your new upcoming auditorium. Thank you very much for reposing the confidence in us and asking us to avail the facility. Definitely, we will be more inclined to use this facility going forward for some of our programs. And on behalf of all the members present here, I take this opportunity to wish you all the best for your new leadership in the FKCCI as one of the first members of the president of FKCCI. All the best for this. We are all there to support for all your endeavors in your position as a president in FKCCI. Thank you very much, sir. Before starting the next technical session, I request Chairman Kumar to present a memento to IS Prasad, because IS Prasad is required to attend some other program. There are many other members like you and me waiting there to listen to him. Therefore, he is requesting us to review him as early as possible. I request Chairman Kumar to present a memento. I also very much thanks to you for coordinating and organizing this program, and we will be looking forward to have your presence and the support in due course, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Friends, next is the true technical session about the roles of professionals in the MSME sector. To touch upon this subject or to deal with this subject in deep, we have got with us an eminent personality, none other than Sri P Ravi. Sri P Ravi is the Chief General Manager of the National Small Industries Corporation. He has completed his MBA with a specialization in the marketing and finance. He joined NSIC in the year 1989 and served in various capacities across India and South Africa. He was posted as head of Karnataka region in 2008, and in the year 2010 he took over as the Zonal General Manager heading South States of India. In the year 2016, he became the Chief General Manager. Sri Ravi Kumar has represented and led business and trade delegates to the UK, USA, Brazil, Italy, Chile, South Africa and other countries in Europe and Africa. He was the key member of the team which has done policy framework for MSME development in the Republic of South Africa. He has also presented a paper on the institutional framework during Tri-Nations Summit on Small Business Development held in Brazil, South Africa and also India. Sri Ravi Kumar has facilitated sharing of international best practices and institutional support for small business development and has also exchanged views on regulatory environment and access to finance. He has facilitated business linkages between South Africa, Brazilian and Indian small enterprises. Sri Ravi Kumar has developed linkages between the institutions and associations working for the development of SMEs. He facilitated capacity building for various district, state and national SME associations with his rich experience over 27 years in MSME development. Friends, we are actually privileged to have such an eminent personality with us. Please join me to welcome him once again. Sir, we are very eager to hear from you. Over to you, sir.
Respected Chairman Sri Ji, respected Sri I.S. Prasad, Coordinator, and who helped us to meet today here. I thank him for facilitating this meeting, and respected Sri P Ravi, Senior Vice President of KCCI, and your fellow member, all the participants, ladies and gentlemen, a warm good evening to all of you. I am really privileged and proud to be among the elite. I am the only non-chartered accountant sitting on the dais. All others are chartered accountants. I feel elated sitting among them. To become a chartered accountant was my dream, but I took a shortcut and completed with MBA, listening that it is very tough. So I know how tough it is to become a chartered accountant. It's a lot of hard work, dedication, just to go into it. So you play a major role. You are the main link between entrepreneur, institutions, and any agency you take, for any agency for that matter. Chartered accountant plays a very big role. Even in India, MSME sector is contributing significantly. Even you are indirectly contributing to that significant achievements of MSME sector. I am also proud and privileged to be associated with this MSME sector for the last 27 years. It gives a lot of satisfaction. MSME is doing well, MSME is contributing well, but of late they are facing a lot of problems. It is not easy to run a small industry. He has to run around from pillar to post. He has to comply with many compliances, for which you are of course helping in a big way. Nothing can move without chartered accountant. No business can move. No business can run without chartered accountant. So such is an important, very vital role you play day in and out, contributing for the growth of this country. I really salute you. You are also not less than soldiers or army, Indian army. You are really dedicated army. I'm really proud again to be here among you. NSIC is a Mini Ratna Government of India enterprise. It's a 62 years old organization. All our services and schemes are demand driven. We are a judicious mix of commercial and promotion. It's again for us tough to play with this mixed kind of thing. Like NSIC has to promote as well, and at the same time we have to learn our bread and butter. So we are having many schemes which are demand driven and paid services. Why I am telling paid services? The services are really needed by the industry. When they are needed only, they pay. Industry will not pay just like that if you keep the fees. So while we say it's a judicious mix, again we don't depend on the government for the salaries, for our allowances. So we earn our own salaries. Rather we pay dividend to the government. We are paying a good dividend for the last 8 years. Here I would like to share another important issue is my organization presently is headed by the chartered accountant. He is the third chartered accountant running NSIC. NSIC was sick. In 2000, we were sick, totally sick in the sense entire net worth was eroded. So two chartered accountants together made a turnaround. Today, we are doing 22,500 crore turnover with a profit of 159 crores. So this turnaround was done by the two chartered accountants. One of the chartered accountant is heading our corporation presently. So this is the power of the chartered accountants. They can do wonders. They can do turnaround. So again coming back to NSIC. NSIC is a Mini Ratna Government of India enterprise established in 1955 to aid, foster counsel, assist, protect and promote the interest of micro, small enterprises of India. So this is vision and mission. We have 167 offices within India and only one office in South Africa, which I served there for 4 years. Only office we have due to our bilateral relations based on the request of that time President Nelson Mandela, NSIC and some other government organizations were advised to open offices to promote MSME and also business in those countries. So accordingly we opened that office in 1995 and I served there between 2005 to 2009 before coming to Karnataka. I was there in South Africa. So NSIC is the only organization, unique organization which provides integrated support. How many of you are aware of not aware rather, of Udyog Aadhar memorandum? Can I know? Only 2 people are not aware. So that means, aware or not aware? Only 2 people are aware.
Challenging task for you.
Yeah, very, very sad. This is a great, initiative of this government in improving the ease of doing business. Previously, any small-scale industry, you must be knowing the SSA registration used to be called EM Part 1, EM Part 2, Provisional XYZ and all. From September 2015, it has been done away. No EM Part 1, no EM Part 2, no SSA registration. You need not to go to anybody, you need not to run after anybody. Based on the self-declaration, online you can generate your SSA registration in 3 to 5 minutes. Only you need to have Aadhar number, that is must. Without Aadhar, you cannot have this. UAM, it is called Udyog Aadhar Memorandum. Udyog Aadhar Memorandum is mandatory for availing any incentives of the state or central. Any incentives, any concessions provided by any agency or any government department, this UAM is a basic document without which you cannot get these benefits. So you have to, anybody only when they need, they will run, like they will again generate. It is very simple, it is not that you need not to run here and there, online you can do it, but even today many people are not having that Udyog, that Aadhar card, that is another challenge. So it gets delayed. Again you will apply for Aadhar, it will take 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we don't know how much time it is taking. So it is must to register Udyog Aadhar, Aadhar is must. So this,
what about companies, partnership?
yeah, any partner, any one partner is having Udyog Aadhar is sufficient. Any one director, proprietor, any one promoter is having, but it is good, everybody should have it in long term. That is also going to be mandatory. Every director, they may insist in long term. So this UAM is very, very critical document. You can now advise your MSMEs, customers, because unless tomorrow they are insisted, they will not do it. It is better to do it. You can do it, they can do it in 3 to 5 minutes. Very simple. Anybody can do it. It's online. Minister of MSME, if you go to Minister of MSME, minister.msme.gov.za, the link will be there. What is other?
www.msme.com.
MSME.com. www.msme.com also you can do it. www.
Sir, will they accept this as a proof for opening a bank account?
Yes.
Generally, since it is not a signed document, but the bankers and the insist definitely, especially these private banks, they insist at least 2 registrations.
Yes.
The reason I am asking is that if you can send a circular to banks, where they should accept this as a proof of identity or proof of address, it will be very useful.
Yeah, Ministry of MSME has sent guidelines to all the bankers and all the agencies requesting them to recognize Udyog Aadhar for any purpose, for carrying out business, starting business, opening bank account, or getting orders from the government department. For anything, UAM is accepted. Some ignorance may be there. Still, we have to create awareness. Bankers, they are aware. Especially The SSI branches, there are normal branches, general branches, they may not be knowing. Still awareness is not there. As I asked here, only 2 people are aware. Similarly, the awareness is very poor. So it will take some more time. This UAM, as you said, is only declaration. Many people are not recognizing. They are asking again to bring it attested and gazetted officer attestation, notarized, something like that they will insist, which is not correct. So they want to improve the ease of doing business, that is why this has been brought. So many countries I have worked abroad also, they talk that you can start business in our country in 2 hours, 3 hours, 1 day, 2 days. So in India now you can start your business in 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Such is rapid revolutionary decision is this. So this, as I said, this UAM, again people have apprehensions and reservations. So it need to be more authentic. So this is followed by entry in the MSME data bank. So in future, it is going to be like a Aadhaar card. Without Aadhaar, you can't get anything. Similarly, without entry in the MSME data bank, you will not be getting the concessions. Now, at least we are telling, okay, UAM is sufficient. But UAM is not complete. So this MSME data bank is complete in all respects. In MSME data bank, you are giving your product specification, technical specification, your standards, your balance sheets you are uploading, your PAN number you are uploading. So many documents which you are uploading, then it becomes a complete part of the MSME data bank which is maintained at all India level. This assignment has been given to NSIC. We don't have an authentic census of MSMEs as of today in India. To make any policy by the government, we need an authentic data. How many companies are there functioning in particular sector, particular segment? So then only they can make a conducive policy for the development of those sectors. So now they are building this authentic data. That responsibility is given to NSIC to build that data. So UAM should be followed by entry. It is also online. You need not to go anywhere. It is online. Some of the associations started with help desk also. If you want, even NSIC, we are doing hand-holding and we are helping you in uploading if you individual or entrepreneur is finding it difficult. We are there to help you. So this, I request all of you also to advise your clientele and your friends to go for UAM and followed by MSME data bank. This is msmedatabank.in, www.msmedatabank.in. Here you have to upload all the information. So coming back to other schemes, as I said, NSIC is the only organization which is providing integrated support. It is almost a kind of one-stop service for MSMEs. You come with any of your requests, we are there to provide you help. So we provide credit support, we provide marketing support, we provide technology support, we provide all other support services. Under the marketing, first comes raw material distribution. I spoke, we are a government of India enterprise, we are service oriented, we are a promotion oriented. I was telling you a judicious mix of commercial and promotion. Where from the commerce comes, it is here. 22,000 crores, where how we achieved, it is here. 90% of the turnover is raw material distribution. It's again at very competitive prices at the doorsteps of MSMEs. So unless you buy raw material at competitive price, you can't produce your end product and sell your product at competitive price. To enable you to make your product competitive, so we are providing this raw material support, which is very, very important. So we are having MOUs with the producers of steel, cement, copper, ferrous and non-ferrous both. We are adding, every year we are adding 9-10 new raw materials, doing the scientific study and knowing it from associations and stakeholders. You are one of the very important stakeholders. You can also give us inputs on what kind of raw materials we can add. Every year we are adding. We have recently added steel and cement. Steel long back it is there, cement. We have signed an MOU with Chettinad Cement. We have signed an MOU with JSW Cement. We have signed an MOU with Penna Cement. So you procure through NSIC, you are getting very, very competitive price. For example, aluminium. You get 3,000 rupees per ton less than market price if you are buying through NSIC. Similarly, cement, steel, all we have tied up with the producers, manufacturers directly. Even a small person buying 10 tons will get a benefit of 1 lakh tons. What we are negotiating? We negotiate all India, sometimes regional MOUs. So once we sign such a all India level MOU, we have more negotiating power. So the cluster is small, the sector is small, means we are even locally doing it, local level MOUs, state level, zonal level MOUs. So the more is a discount, the more is the bargaining power we are having. More members you are coming with us, the more negotiation powers NSIC is having. So we take even 10 members requirement also, 1000 members requirement also. We collect it and then we take up with the producers and then negotiate the best prices and pass on back to the end user, almost keeping a nominal service charge with us. So this tie-up we have with many producers. Even sometimes dealers also, we are not able to reach the producer. Sometimes local dealer is having a some kind of best understanding with the manufacturer. He is also pulling all other requirements. So sometimes dealer is also able to give better prices. We are having with some of the reputed dealers also. These are all the aluminium, steel. 6 lakh tons of the steel NSIC is distributing every year. 50,000 tons of aluminium we are distributing. So the list goes on like this. So the raw material assistance scheme, we are also providing credit. We are also providing credit of 90 days against the non-fund based limits. Our interest starts from 9.5. Maximum is 11.5. It's 9.5, 10.5, 11, 11.5. So it is still we are trying to make it more competitive because we are going for a commercial paper. Even NSIC rating is A++. We are also trying to buy out in the market at very competitive price so that we can also pass on the benefit to MSMEs. So we provide credit also, 90 days revolving credit. It's a simple interest. It is not a compounding interest. We calculate the simple interest on the actual principal amount. So this is a very flexible and simple scheme. Documentation is very less. You can complete documentation in 1.5 hours, 1 hour. That also, even the entrepreneur is finding it difficult, we can come and sit with you, and we can, most of the times our officers only goes to the doorstep of the MSMEs, and again they have to come to you. Instead we can directly come to you and facilitate filling and the submission of the documents. Very simple documents which my colleague will interact with you also, and he can even distribute the brochure of all our schemes. My colleague is here. I would like to introduce him, Mr. Didav. He is also into your profession. He is a finance man. So another very good old scheme of NSIC is single point registration, SPRS. Otherwise it is also called as a Central Government Stores Purchase Program. It is a very old scheme. NSIC registers competent micro, small enterprises under this scheme for their supplies to the government department. As you are all aware that government is a largest buyer of goods and services. So UAM, as I told earlier, is sufficient. But again, buyer has reservation. Any trader is also registering UAM. What check he is having? How can he make sure that he is a manufacturer? Where is the check? They are telling one set self-declaration, okay, you give it. But many dealers are misusing this. Unless there is an inspection, how you will make it whether it is a manufacturer or trader. So anything, when you start something new or good, some kind of hiccups will be there, problems will be there. It has to be taken at later stage. This is where they are checking. These PSUs, public sector enterprises and government buyers, they are insisting to go for NSIC registration, which is independent third party registration. Not even NSIC. It's a complete outsourced either rights or MSME or one more agency. 3 agencies are empaneled with us. They will be inspecting MSMEs and they will be giving all the technical and production capacity, qualitative and quantitative standards maintained by the MSMEs for each product. So this registration is very, very valuable registration. If you do, this is started in 1976. Still it is going very well. Every year, few thousands. We have more than 1 lakh MSMEs registered under this scheme. Every year, few thousands, they come and add and also renew. So this is nothing but a capacity assessment after the third party inspection of the units in respect of quality standards, capacities, production and financial. Financial balance sheets are also analyzed, and auditor's signature is very important here. We call it an XSC. 3 years statement of sales breakup. It is must. It has to be signed by the auditor. So many people are asking now, you are talking about self-declaration, UAM, why don't you allow this self-declaration? So then we are educating them, it is in their own benefit, they are only going to be benefited because of this signed document by auditor. So the mandatory limit is calculated based on the 3 years sales turnover, dividing breakup and all will be there, excluding excise, VAT and trading sales will be removed from this, and only the main sales will be taken. These are all the benefits of this registration. You get tender forms free of cost, you get EMD exemption, and you also get price reference, purchase reference. So even this MSC, only micro and small enterprise are eligible for this. When MSEs, they participate in the tender, if they are more than L1, 15%, even if they are 15% more than L1, they will be requested to match with L1, and they will be given the preference, purchase preference. Previously, security deposit exemption also was there. So of late, this security deposit exemption is withdrawn, but again, lot of representations are being received by the ministry and NSIC. The government is again considering it to restore the STR exemption also with NSIC registration. So when you get such concessions, your liquidity will improve, your money will not get unnecessarily blocked. So with this registration, MSEs, they can directly participate in the government tenders. Karnataka government was not giving this quoting KTPP Act, but we fought it and we got it. Even now Karnataka government is exempting. Even just before coming also, we were quoting for one of the bus bodybuilder. NSIC consortia is there for bus bodybuilding. So when order is big and MSMEs, we bring them on the platform, those who are manufacturing similar products, we form a consortia, a group of people as a consortia, and then we participate on behalf of the consortia, NSIC supported consortia. So naturally you get more advantage, the buyer also feels comfortable, NSIC is in between, he thinks so. Everything will be ensured, funding will be ensured, time delivery will be ensured, quality will be ensured. If anything goes wrong, they are responsible. So as they are giving the order to NSIC, it happens. So here they can participate directly, or they can come to NSIC on a single individual basis, or as a group consortia, they can participate and get the order. So we procure the orders, we give the finance, we give the raw material, and we also supply them to the other government departments. It's a complete integrated support. We are also providing e-marketing through our B2B portal. So there is a separate portal for e-marketing of your goods and services through NSIC by becoming an intermediary member. So this is online B2B marketing portal. It has many features like interactive database. MSMEs can access this. They have trust seed of NSIC. They can have a lot of global trade leads, information, export inquiries, and then multiple language support is also there. These tenders, government tenders information is provided. So centralized mailing system we have. Then popular product section is there. Call center support is there. Then web, they can develop their own web, web space. They can upload whatever information they want. Some space is given to the member. Payment gateway facility is also there, and payment is directly reaching MSMEs. NSIC is not intermediary. NSIC is not taking any commission or survey charge. Then marketing, we have another very good scheme. Any MSMEs, micro, small, medium, enterprise, they want to participate in any exhibitions, any domestic exhibitions. NSIC provides subsidy up to 100%, 95% for women, micro, 100% for SC/ST entrepreneurs. When I am talking about SC/ST entrepreneurs, I would like to also inform you that Honorable Prime Minister during October, he launched a national SC/ST hub in Ludhiana. The objective of this NSH, National SC/ST hub, is to do capacity building, to do hand-holding, to provide marketing support for SC/ST entrepreneurs. So 500 crores grant has been earmarked for 3 years period till 2020 March to do the capacity building, hand-holding and providing all the necessary support for SC/ST entrepreneurs, under which 100% subsidy is given to them for participating in any exhibition. So they can participate in 4 domestic exhibitions in a year with 100% support and 2 international exhibitions in a year. And general category, we have different categories again. 95% for women and micro, 85% for micro, 75% for small, 60% for medium. This is all the grant. This is the promotional grant of Ministry of MSME, and NSIC is the nodal agency to execute this scheme called Marketing Assistance Scheme. Any one domestic exhibition and one international exhibition. That international exhibition has to be in the NSIC calendar. We support around 20-21 international exhibitions. We upload well in advance with a fact sheet, which country, what profile is there, what kind of units can participate and take part. So global exposure is also provided through international marketing, international exhibitions and also international cooperation. So delegates should also taken abroad for providing opportunity to study what is happening, how the market is outside, and also to attend B2B meetings and also to visit industrial players, which are also explained to you. It's under international cooperation is there, one scheme taking delegations, and marketing assistance is also there for participating as exhibitors in international exhibitions. Same subsidies, what I mentioned, same subsidies are available for international exhibitions also. Besides, we are also doing domestic vendor development programs. So a lot of vendor development, in a year we do few hundreds vendor development programs with the PSUs. So Bangalore is a hub of aerospace. We do with HAL, BEL, BEML, jointly together, product specific, sector specific, buyer specific. So even yesterday we had organized one UDB in Mysore wherein 250 entrepreneurs attended the meeting. So this is our supported by the Government of India and Ministry of MSME. These vendor development programs helps in MSMEs registering with vendors a faster way and understanding better the requirements of the buyers. Credit support. As I told, at one point of time our net worth was eroded. How? If you take wrong decisions, if you go something wrong either there in finance, you burn your fingers. We had actually playing the role of development institution. A development institution, government was giving a grant and we were supposed to use our discretion. Discretion also we should use for the right things. So there are very good schemes. Earlier NSIC is more popular because of NSIC's air purchase and equipment leasing. Under air purchase equipment leasing, we were taking only 5% margin, 10% margin, maximum 15% margin without collaterals we are giving. So initial stages, any new success rate is less, failure rate is more. So entrepreneurs become sick, what happens? He will raise his hand, he will surrender. Who has to bear the loss? As an institution, NSIC. It's a government money, it is not NSIC money. So we have played that role like development financial institution, and most of the people, they failed. But selecting the right person is the responsibility of the people. You need to have the experience and competency, and good people should be selected. But still, we have done to our best of experience and ability. But almost more than before 2000 itself, we lost 200 crores in equipment financing. So once the business becomes sick, the resale value of the machine becomes almost nil. It's 10%, 15% like that. So then ministry, they were giving 30 crores, 50 crores only. So they advised us, instead of doing direct lending, you be facilitator. Because by that time, banks became very aggressive. Banks started their branches in Newcott Corner, including SSL, specialized branches. Then ministry advised us to facilitate the finance, working capital and project finance, all these term loans, everything. They wanted us to facilitate and increase the numbers. When we were having 50, how many people we can help? Few hundreds or few thousands. We can't help lakhs. So we have started credit facilitation. So we have signed an MOUs with the banks, financial institutions. As of today, we are having 33 banks and financial institutions, including State Bank of India, State Bank of Mysore, Syndicate Bank, Canara Bank, Corporation Bank, Yes Bank, Axis Bank. 33 banks and financial institutions, we are having MOU wherein we don't charge anything from the entrepreneur. We have also started online finance facilitation. So entrepreneur need not to run around, he need not to come anywhere. Wherever he is, he can either upload or he can give us, we can upload the project proposal, the project report. At a time, 10 plus banks, they see and they be after you. So within a week, 10 days, proposals are sanctioned under online facilitation. We are doing offline also. Offline may take 15 days to 6 weeks, depending on the submission of the documents, speed of submission of the documents by the borrower. So we don't charge anything from the entrepreneur. Rather, we handhold, we refine, fine-tune the project report, we improve on other documents and submit the complete proposal, and we chase the banker. We will be the bridge between the banker and the borrower. So we facilitate finance facilitation under the scheme. We are doing very well. Even 50,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, even taxi, she taxi. You might have known she taxi. One lady started she taxi. That is also funded by NSIC, through NSIC. Many small entrepreneurs, 50,000 to 50 crores. We have facilitated funding expeditiously, faster way. So this is another important scheme for which NSIC is the nodal agency. I think you are all aware of performance credit rating scheme. NSIC provides subsidy under this scheme. MSMEs, they can go for a rating. There are employment rating agencies like SMERA, CRISIL, Fitch, ICRA, Brickworks. So any agency, based on your banker suggestion or your own, your suggestion, auditor suggestion, MSMEs can decide, any agency. So we provide 75% subsidy. All our subsidies, whatever I am talking about, PCRS or marketing or anything, are front end. There is no, problem of running a road and claiming it. They are all front end. They are not back end subsidies. They are all front end. You need not to pay. You have to pay only your contribution. In case of rating, 25% is MSME contribution. They have to only pay the 25%. Similarly, for marketing support also, front end only. They have to provide their share of 25% or 10% or 5%. Remaining is directly released by us to the organizer or to the rating agency. Lot of fund is earmarked. This rating scheme, it was 200 crores. It is not getting over. That's why they have reduced. So first time in history, they have been giving only 10, 20, 30, 40 crores. But this year, 200 crores is a subsidy, only subsidy for the rating scheme. So I would request all of you to create more and more awareness. Rating is very good, like in terms of marketing as in terms of getting finance at competitive price. It can be used as a marketing tool also. Once you get a good rating, even for exports it will be beneficial, even for local it is beneficial. Even for getting, even NSIC gives 1% less for the rating, best rated MSMEs. So even banks also, they are also, it's approved by IBA, Indian Banks Association also. Good rating always helps MSMEs in accessing the construction credit also. This may not be of very interest to you. We also, as I said, when we are providing the integrated support, we are providing the technology support also. We have our own technical centers. in 8 places. So we provide training, we provide accreditation, we have accredited labs, we provide testing facilities, we provide common facility service, classroom, practical and theoretical training, for skill upgradation. So we are doing it through NSIC technical training centers all over India. So this is a lot of training programs are imparted through our NTSCs, NSIC's technical service centers. Incubation, we are also providing incubation support. We are providing self-employment generation among the unemployed youth through rapid incubation program. So this is a unique program which we started, wherein the prospective entrepreneurs will be given theoretical and practical training on the project which they are going to start, on the project which they are going to be employed. If one is not interested to be an entrepreneur, he can at least get employed in the same segment. So this is useful in terms of employment providing and also for accelerating entrepreneurship. So these are some more than 450 project ideas are there, which are available on our website. So based on that, they can select which program they want to undergo. Wherever we are not having our own, we are also doing on franchising model and the PPP model, public-private partnership model, with the private institutions also. These kind of services are also there: fashion designing, beautician, embroidery, laptop repair, cell phone repair, electronic gadgets repair. All these kind of training services are provided. Even this kind of electrician, electrical appliances, computer hardware, networking, web designing, multimedia, all this, some of the training programs are free under ATA. So we have one in Karnataka. We are providing even free training under assistance to the institutions of the Ministry of MSME. These are all the training programs. We have also established such training centers outside India, many countries. Even today, 10 countries, 10 African countries, such projects are going on. Ministry of External Affairs, they call for the tenders and they provide the financial assistance to developing countries to establish such training centers, technology demonstration centers, vocational training centers under bilateral program. Government of India supports, and also some countries they buy. The government of India is giving for 1 or 2 centers, they are expanding and going with their own funds. We have established many such training centers, technology demonstration centers in various countries like South Africa, Rwanda, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Botswana, several countries. Even today, more than 10 countries, these training programs are going on. So we also have a now new scheme called Aspire, as the rapid incubation, livelihood incubation. So even institute or any NGO can start, they can apply, they can get a 50% grant. They are setting up similar facilities of providing training and skill development. They get 50% grant. The NSIC is a nodal agency. Again, it's a Ministry of MSME scheme under Aspire. 50% is a grant. The government departments are setting up, they get 100% up to 1 crore. NGOs and the colleges and other institutions, if they want to set up such incubators, 50% grant is available. So this are all NSIC schemes. So if you want to know more about any scheme, particular scheme or any information, this is not just NSIC. There are several departments extending schemes and assistance for betterment of MSMEs. You can download one app called My MSME. You get sea of information, a wealth of information at one click. More than 33 ministries are having schemes for MSMEs. You can, any Android phone, you can download My MSME app. You can create more awareness and you can help many startups. You take Startup India, Stand Up India, Digital India, Make in India, any program of Government of India, we have a role to play. You can approach us for any help under any scheme. You are aware, how many people are aware that Stand Up India, every bank branch mandatorily they have to give loan to one women entrepreneur, one SC/ST entrepreneur. There are 2 lakhs plus branches, bank branches all over India, total lakhs. So every branch mandatorily they have to give. So sometimes they don't even encourage, we are there to take such applications and get it sanctioned. You please come to us, we will provide you that without any charges, we can extend that support to you. So more and more awareness. There are so many schemes, but awareness is still poor on the schemes. So I would like you people can create more awareness and you can bring more beneficiaries to our doorstep.
Mudra is covered under this?
Mudra is the CP scheme, that is a Stand Up India, they can cover. Separate online, there also you can apply online. That's also facility is there. We cover everything, as I said. Mudra, Stand Up, Startup, anything we cover.
Without security?
Yeah, without security, the NSIC can help you. 1 crore, 2 crores also yet to get the orders, but up to 2 crores also we can take up. As of now, we are taking 1 crore CGTMS scheme. One more I want to tell you here, I forgot. For SC/ST entrepreneurs, I don't know, when I spoke about schemes, every scheme I will not be able to explain you. There is a scheme called CLCSS, Credit Linked Capital Subsidy. Any technology, advanced technology you are going for, 15% is a central subsidy. It is through CDB. It is only linked with credit. Only when you take a loan, you are eligible for this 15% credit linked capital subsidy. Most of the technologies are covered. Most of the, whether you are replacing conventional machines or straight away you are going for a high-tech machine, advanced machine of any sector. So you go to the CP website, all the sectors, details, machinery details, everything given. But most of the things are covered. But new addition is that for SC/ST entrepreneurs, irrespective of the technology, 25% CLCS through NSIC, 25% credit linked capital subsidy. So 25% state subsidy is there, some of the rural areas. So almost 50% is grant. So good schemes of Government of India and state government also. Even Karnataka state government, KSFC, they are giving for women and SC/ST at 4%, up to 50 lakhs. That is, fund is over for this year. So stopped. That's why we stopped. But okay, again April it will be started. There through NSFDC also is there, 6% interest up to 30 lakhs through NSFDC. And also many schemes are there like that. You can visit us. We have an office in Pinya, we have an office in Rajajinagar. So brochure.
What are your printing units are covered? Printing units?
Any unit.
Any special program for non-urban cities or?
Yeah, rural areas subsidies are there. Rural areas subsidy is always more. Capital subsidy is more for rural areas. Industrial policy, state industrial policy, if you open and see, you will know which area what subsidy is there. It says also there on the web. Everything is there. Click of a button. So our Ravi sir is starting that. What are the professional opportunities in NSIC? We had actually, you are all like CFOs. Even though directly you are not working for a MSME, you are more or less a CFO for many companies. Your decision and your advice can really benefit MSMEs in a big way, and also institutions like NSIC. You can only introduce a good customer. Nowadays, bankers, they come and sit in our office. Every day one new banker will come and sit in my office seeking credit proposals. He is not running around. He thinks NSIC has got a lot of data bank with us, a lot of people come. Every day we get 1 or 2 new bankers. 33 banks we have signed MOU. Apart from that also, they come outside MOU also they come, they seek, but we give only to the banks where we are having MOU, preference is given, and choice is given to the MSME also. Professional services like we had a scheme called mentoring and advisory services. So professionals we used to empanel as a advisor. So again I am requesting our ministry to introduce that. Association, I would request associations also to take up with ministry, FKCCA or institute to read that hand holding with the nominal charges. Everybody cannot afford to pay to the auditor. So for that, at least government can contribute, subsidize some of the fee as an empaneled advisors. You can take up that.
Budget is already there.
It was there. Money was given, and I was a Coimbatore branch head. I was the only person who utilized maximum that money. Many people are not using it also properly. So we used it. Now again, for under SC/ST hub, they are empaneling. They are doing the empanelment. For general also it should be done. The general also handholding is required. So NSIC through NSIC, they can pay honorarium to the advisors and mentors, those who are in the industry side, those who retire, those who are sons are looking after, second generation looking after, they can be advisors. So for them only visiting, transportation, conveyance kind of thing. For professionals, professional fee, nominal professional fee. It's also one option. Even for NSIC, we recruit a lot of finance people. We are recruiting every year 30 to 50 chartered accountants. Every year we recruit. So we take as an assistant manager. A lot of chartered accountants join us every year. So we have good qualified people within the organization also. That's why I am again voting this proposal of hand-holding and providing professional services to the MSMEs. So you can play a big role in this area.
Regarding this rating, if they, without knowing that if they have not paid subsidies, can they claim it?
No. Actually, rating agencies are very, very aggressive and very proactive. They go and sell this scheme because it is mainly benefiting them only. So they will tell all these 7 empaneled agencies, even if MSME is approaching, they will not take. They will not take full fee from them. They will only take 25%. They don't take. I have not seen anybody.
But they have taken the high proof.
Acha, which agency?
Brickwork.
Huh?
Brickwork.
When?
For 3 months time.
There is here 2 ratings are there. Bank internal rating is different, and 5 crores and above. What is that you call? No, some norms are there. No, it's mandatory. Basel 2 norms. You take that rating, there is no subsidy. Only this PCRS, performance credit rating, SME rating, only subsidy is there. Basel rating, there is no subsidy.
Sir, if the unit is in different state, suppose we are in Bangalore and we have a unit in either in Andhra or Tamil Nadu, which NSIC we have to approach?
Nearest, we don't have any boundaries like that. Nearest NSIC, whichever is convenient, we can do it. There is no need that you have to go to only that state branch. Many units from another border districts we are serving.
You told me that anybody can register, no? Service sector.
Anybody, yes, service also.
Anybody.
Yes,
In your
yes. Services also.
There's also.
Yes, services.
They have contact with everything.
Yes. Many. I addressed the other day Builders Association, Southern Council. They said 16,000 contractors are there all over India. They are all not aware of this UAM and benefits. When I addressed, they were very thrilled and most of them immediately rushed. Contractors are eligible for all these benefits.
What could be the limit of financing when it comes to the credit guarantee scheme being there and without collateral?
Yes. Under credit guarantee that CGTMSE, 1 crore, Prime Minister announced 2 crores. 2 crores, the order is yet to come from relevant authorities. 2 crores now without collateral. Order is expected any moment. Otherwise, 1 crore earlier. Now that corpus also has been enhanced from 2,500 crores to 7,500 crores. So collateral free loans up to 2 crores.
Does that apply only to equipment finance?
No.
Or it applies to working capital?
It applies for complete working capital, down loan, all, any component are all put together. Any more queries? Institute of Chartered Accountants, Bangalore chapter, and all the chairman, especially chairman, the chapter chairman, treasurer, and my dear friend, our good friend Ravi, and all of you. Thank you once again.
Very nice presentation about the various features and the initiatives taken by the NSIC. Friends, please give me a big round of applause. Touched upon various points, and some of them I would like to recollect just to say that they got very different and diversified programs and initiatives for the purpose of the MSME, for the development of the MSME sector altogether. Most important thing which I would like to say is that we have got a few requests. You are receiving the projects reports from the MSME units for the purpose of grant in any of the financial advice or anything, support or anything. What I would suggest is, as you have witnessed that only 2 chartered accountants can convert a sick unit into a multi-crore and well-standing company. We have got more than 240,000 chartered accountants in India, and think about the power that can be utilized. So what I would suggest is, whenever a financial request, funding request comes to you, it may be ideal to insist that the project report needs to be verified and certified, or it may be prepared and certified by the chartered accountants, and which can be a starting point where there will be contribution from the CS. This is one of the requests. And another request is, after the funding is given, it may be important for us to monitor the performance and the growth of these units. It may be ideal to insist an annual report system which can be certified by the chartered accountants. So I think those are the things which would definitely help. And more than that, it may be ideal for the NSIC to include some chartered accountants while designing the financial products for the benefit of the MSME, so that we may be in a better position to contribute for the growth and other initiatives taken by the NSIC. And I would like to give some assurances on our behalf, because we have got enough talent and the capacity built in over more than 50-55 years now, and we assure that we will be ably contributing for the better success of all the initiatives of NSIC. So we are glad to know that the various humble initiatives of NSIC to operate the MSME is very much welcome, and we wish all the best and a great success in all its endeavors. Now I request B.T. Shetty, the Managing Committee member of our branch, to present a memento to P Ravi for his excellent presentation for the gathering. Thank you very much, sir, and it has been a wonderful session, and we would like to hear to you in due course again. I request past chairman Venkatesh Babu to come forward and present a memento to K. Ravi. K. Ravi, sir, we are extremely happy to have you here today, and we would like to have you here in due course for the future programs as well. Before concluding the today's session, I would like to mention about 2 important programs. There are many programs that are happening in the institute, but 2 important programs which I would like to mention today. One is that an awareness program on the union budget analysis in 2017, and it's in association with the Christ University. Moderator, as you know, TV Mohan Das Pai and also Padamchand Kincha. Venue, it's Christ University, Hostel Road. And the timing is 4:30 to 8 o'clock. Yet another important program which you and me do not want to miss.
2nd February.
Yes, it's on 2nd February. Yet another important program that you and me do not want to miss is the class-by-class discussion on the union budget 2017. And this is on 10th and 11th. So both on the direct taxes and indirect taxes. Yeah, it's in Jnana Jyoti auditorium. I request all the members to make use of this facility. Online registration is available. I request you to make use of the opportunity. And before concluding today's session, I would like to thank FKCCI members and their authorities, and also NSIC authorities for their support in conducting this program. And without thanking you, I can't conclude any program, because for the success of this program, other members and your support, wholehearted support is utmost important. So many thanks to each one of you for your active participation for today's program. With these words, I would like to conclude our today's session. Thank you.